What's up, YouTube? We got a group gym battle here with a guy named Victor. And I got to name his badge, so we're gonna call it the Eternal Fight Badge because that's fun. He had a rematch against me on the next one, and you'll actually see my narration on that. Yeah, you know, I just say wait till that video goes up to see my narration on that and see how I lovely react to some of the stuff. So he's gonna lead off with Tyranitar. I did notice he has the level 1 Aura, and I'm like, oh, come on, why are you using that cheap trick? But he's gonna try and take out the Ferrothorn, instead of switching right into that Auron. So I probably have a chance to win this now, which is nice. And then he's gonna go for the Stone Edge. I don't know why he's continuously trying to take out this Ferrothorn. But he is. I'm gonna go for Spikes. I believe I actually get up all 3 layers of Spikes in this battle, which is awesome. You know, first time I've ever actually put up all 3 layers of Spikes, so that's real nice to see. So I go for my second layer of Spikes, knowing I can live, and then I go for my last layer of Spikes, I believe. And unfortunately that Earthquake's gonna bring me to a point where I am gonna be able to be knocked out, so that's a bummer. I go for my third layer of Spikes and I'm like, sweet! Yes, we're good, okay, got 3 layers of Spikes, got the rocks up. If I had Toxic Spikes in, he'd be messed up with entry hazards. So I put in the Power Whip and it's gonna like one-hit KO him, I believe, and I'm like, sweet, fist pumping like a champ. Fist pumping like a champ. I didn't want to go for the Gyro Ball because I didn't know how fast the Tyranitar he was running. So, you know, I didn't want to, you know, kind of basically not do that much damage. So he's going to put up the Stealth Rocks, which, yeah, I kind of predicted with the Swampert. I believe I am just going to go for the Power Whip, but I actually miss. So he gets Hacks lucky on there, on me missing, because that most likely would have been a one-hit KO with that Swampert being 4 times effective and all. He is going to go for the Earthquake, and I'm going to be like, dang, that sucks. I don't know what to do now, because he just KO'd my Ferrothorn, so I'm like lost, right? I mean, my whole thing was on betting on Ferrothorn. So I'm going to switch into Crawdaunt, not expecting the move that he's actually going to pull out, because you don't see it on Swampert that much. So I was a little bit surprised here, because I was pretty sure I could live an Earthquake. Wasn't positive. You know, the Focus Sash breaking and all made me kind of doubt that I could. But he actually goes for the Hammer Arm, which I don't see on Swampert that much. So of course I'm not going to predict that a Hammer Arm is there. So I'm like, oh man, that's kind of a bummer. I knew Swampert could live Hammer Arm, but I just, at the same time, did not expect the Hammer Arm, so that kind of sucks. My Crawdaunt went down for nothing. So I'm just going to switch in Thundurus. Fearing an Ice Punch maybe, but he was running Hammer Arm, so I would assume that he had Toxic to be kind of a wall. So I'm just going to put in the Nasty Plot. And granted I didn't make the best plays, but I wasn't expecting a lot of stuff. He does carry the Ice Punch, which is a bummer. So it's like, I didn't expect the Ice Punch either, because he had the Hammer Arm. Usually, if Swampert has some kind of, like, arm/punch related move, it's one or the other. But it was both in this case, so that really sucks. So I'm going to put in Gyarados, knowing I can live the Hammer Arm, the Earthquake won't affect me, and I'm pretty darn sure I can live the Ice Punch for several rounds, so I'm just going to Waterfall him, see how much damage it does, and I'm like, that wasn't a lot, so, you know, that's kind of a bummer. At the same time, I do live the Ice Punch pretty easily, so that is real nice. Just gonna waterfall. I'm just gonna keep waterfalling. maybe I'll get a lucky crit. I don't ever think I do in either of the battles I have, but I do get a lucky flinch, so that helps. That does help, that I got the flinch. And like I said, I wasn't playing to the best of my ability. I was kind of going lightly, so, you know, some of the moves, you're probably going to be face-palming, like, face-palm. Face-palm, you actually might have a red forehead by the end of this battle, I don't know. I would hope you wouldn't face-palm until you have a red forehead, but you might, so, you know. Oh well. Unfortunately, he is going to bring me down to a point that the sandstorm is going to take me out. But now that I finally have him to a respectable low HP, I'm like, okay, let's throw in Sheer Force Nidoking. Because, you know, Sheer Force Nidoking rocks! We love Sheer Force Nidoking, so I'm just gonna go for the Earth Power. Easily KO him. Because, you know, I get the Sheer Force boost, I get the Stab boost, and then I also get the Life Orb boost, so there's 3 boosts right there. He's gonna put in Archeops, and I'm like, okay, that thing could be a little bad if it goes for an Earthquake. So I'm gonna switch out Nidoking because I'm starting to finally say, okay, I can't take him lightly. I have like 2 Pokemon left. I have to actually win this. Because, yeah, I was kind of going easy on him. Probably should never do that ever again. As you can see, he's gonna Earthquake. I'm expecting I can live, and I do. Although it does put me in the red zone. So right here, I believe I go for the risky play and actually go for the Hydro Pump and not the Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. Because I didn't know what kind of set he was running, and I didn't want him to survive. For sure, because, well, if he survives, I lose. So I do run the Hydro Pump, do hit it, that's nice. I hit the Hydro Pump both matches, which is real nice. I actually think I hit the Hydro Pump again in this match too. So he's gonna send in his Conkeldurr, which now I can beat him because I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I pretty much got this. So he is gonna Mach Punch me, which is a bummer. Because it means, well, I'm down. I'm gonna guess the fact that he runs Mach Punch and Drain Punch, he's probably running an Iron Fist Conkeldurr. Chances are, which technically is only released, I don't even think it's released in Japan, so he had to get this from somebody. I mean, it could just be a Sheer Force or something like that, but I was doubting it with running a Mach Punch and a Drain Punch. That's a typical Iron Fist Conkeldurr set you see. But it doesn't much matter anyway, so I'm gonna just use Earth Power, which isn't gonna KO him, so I know he's running Special Defensive Bulk on the fact that that didn't KO him, so that's a bummer. He is gonna Drain Punch me, gain back a somewhat respectable amount of HP, even though it was not very effective. So yeah, I am going to basically just go ahead and Earth Power him again, because I'm like, I could Fire Blast because it'd be the same power no matter what. Even factoring in Earth Power Stab, it'd be about the same power. But I just want to keep going for Earth Power because you get stabbed, so that's always nice. And then he's going to put in his Aron. The Aron that he should have gone to do the whole level 1 beat up thing, kind of thing. Which this Aron he either got it as a gift or saved himself, because the whole reason you do that trick is you breed the Endeavoron, which you have to breed it, so coming out of Master Ball, that's a giveaway that it was either salved or genned or something like that. So it's whatever on that. It didn't affect me this time. I would have hated a whole Aron sweep because that would have been, you know, kind of stupid. He's gonna go for the Nasty Plot. I'm guessing. He said he misclicked, but I was taking a guess that he was probably wanting to get some stats to one-hit KO me, expecting he can actually live this Earth Power, which was super effective Stab, Life Orb, and Sheer Force boost. I knew he was going down. So, yeah. Good match on this one. I get a gym badge. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I was like, oh, why don't I just challenge a league and actually go all the way to the champion? Which I'm pretty sure I can do on this league. I just need to train a few more Pokemon, so I have versatility. It also helps when I'm not being cocky, kind of, and underestimating some of these players because, you know, pride before the downfall, you know, that whole spiel. So Master Yoda is probably disappointed in me. He's like, oh man, come on, I taught you well, young Padawan, and what do? You be cocky. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be all for this battle. Next battle, you'll get to see me kind of mad. I'll give that spoiler away, so comment, like, subscribe, fave, all that. Thank you, have a nice day, goodbye, and thanks for watching the mass uploads.